In this episode, I'm going to be visiting a historic site that is not as ancient as the sites I normally visit. This is from the Pioneer era. It's a historic paper mill below Big Cottonwood Canyon. This is often considered to be one of the most haunted sites in Utah. I have a lot of childhood memories about this, and it's a really cool place, and it's not long for this world. It's been condemned. So we're going to take a look around it, and I'm going to teach you the history of this, because this history is about to be lost. I'm sure soon when it all collapses or is torn down, it's probably going to get turned into apartments for skiers going up the canyon, and people will never even know it had such a rich history, and it served many roles for the community. So let's go along, and we're going to take a look at this amazing and historic mill. Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here, and in today's video I'm visiting the old haunted mill. This is the Cottonwood Mill from the 1800s. This was made in 1880. It's really got a unique history. Unfortunately, it's off limits to go inside, and now I think even though it's on the historic registry, I believe it's also officially condemned. It's not safe to go in, it's falling apart, but that's okay. We have the magic of drones. We're gonna go ahead and fly a drone around and take a look around a bit, and I'm gonna share some of the history of this place. I really think this place is really cool. For me, it had a lot of excitement when I was a little kid. You know, we go to haunted houses and stuff, and they had a haunted house here. And my uncle worked at it years ago, and so growing up we were always told, oh, it's the old haunted mill. And from the road up above on Wasatch Boulevard, we could see it. We could take a look at it. We could just barely see the top of this tower, and it very much does look like an old haunted castle, like Dracula's castle or something. You can see where the walls have fallen down behind me. Looks like turrets on a castle, but it's not. You know, it's just where the walls have broken apart. It's a really cool place. It's a really cool history. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly the drone around. We're going to do a little exploring, and I will share with you the history of this site. And I just thought it was good to film it because it's falling apart. It's not going to last too much longer, and it's a rich part of the local history, and it's a really cool building. It's worth sharing. So hope you enjoy, and let's go ahead and take a look up above. The Cottonwood Paper Mill was built in 1883 by the Deseret News under the direction of Henry Grow. Workers used paper-making equipment brought in from the Sugar House Paper Mill to grind logs from nearby canyons into pulp. Rags gathered from other old clothing was also used to produce the pulp, which was then placed in molds and dried. During its operation, the mill could yield up to 5 tons of paper per day. The mill provided jobs and paper for nearly 10 years. The railroad increased the demand for cheaper paper manufactured outside of the area. In 1892, the Cottonwood Paper Mill was sold to the Granite Paper Mills Company. But then on April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, in 1893, a fire broke out among the stockpile of paper. Many, hearing the alarm, thought it was an April Fool's Day prank. Unfortunately, the fire destroyed everything organic, and all that was left was the stone structure. But the mill was partially rebuilt in 1927 for the use as an open-air dance hall, known as the Old Mill Club, and remained so until the 1940s. In the late 1960s, rock bands played there on Friday and Saturday nights. It was also used in the 1970s and the 1980s as a haunted house and as a craft boutique. It was declared a historic site by the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers in 1966 and was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1971. Sadly, it was condemned by the city of Cottonwood Heights in 2005. Visiting the old mill is always an interesting sight. It's strange to think of how much history went on here. It's so ghostly now, and again, it is considered to be one of the most haunted places in the state of Utah, and yet this was such a lively place. So much history. Used to have a whole coffee shop and bar set up in the open area, and there were boutiques, and there were craft shows. You can see this open area over here. My understanding is right here there was a fire pit. They'd have big old huge bonfires, and that it was just a big social center. My first time flying up here, it's really nice that we have drones. Remember, this entire building was burned down, but then it was rebuilt in the early 1920s. And you can see the type of craftsmanship It was originally probably much more structurally sound, but being partially rebuilt in the 1970s is more of a community center. The beams are not the greatest. You can see the craftsmanship is still good, but not as much effort was put as when it was an original paper mill. You can see how there's the layers and layers just built up, and again, in Utah, things with the weather we have here in northern Utah, the wet just absolutely destroys it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this tower. I think this tower is one of the most prominent features that makes this place so cool looking. It makes it look haunted and makes it look like it's Dracula's castle. Unfortunately, you can see people have climbed in and have done a lot of graffiti, but you can see there's lights in there. These would have had to have been installed in the 1920s, would have not originally been there. I don't know the purpose of this tower. I don't know if this functioned as a smokestack or something else, but it's pretty cool. And it was about this point that I ran out of battery, and I ran out of my memory on my card, so I had to come back flying another day. So this is another day flying around when I put some space on my drone's memory card. Now again, you can just see what a cool sight this is. And again, down here, this open hall area was part of what burned down. And those are windows, but they look so much like medieval turrets. We're going to go ahead and fly around and take a closer look at them. Because it has such a spooky look and does look like turrets, this site was used many times for many different movies and different productions. But again, there was a constant steady stream of rock concerts in the 60s and the 70s, always playing. It seems like this was very much the epicenter of fun for the entire area. Now in the upstairs here, I've been told that the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers would have quilting boutiques in these upper rooms, and I've seen urban explorers sneak in illegally. Don't do that. First of all, it's entirely dangerous. It's completely falling apart. And second of all, there's cameras all around outside, so you're going to get caught if you do. Now, looking on these railings here, you can see pictures from the 60s and 70s of some of the rock bands standing out on the edge of these. Again, it's a really beautiful building. In the 1800s and the early 1900s, the aesthetics people had were so much more beautiful that you could have functionality but still make a structure beautiful. Just because it's functional doesn't mean it has to be ugly. There was some real craft put into this building, and it shows all the way around. And again, it still adheres to our sensibilities today, that we would think of it as like a castle or a haunted place. Again, I love these turrets, and it's sad that this building is probably not going to last much longer, but it really isn't standing the test of time well. Which is why I wanted to make this video. I wanted people to be aware of its existence, so hopefully years in the future people can still see this video and still get a sense of what this place was like and learn a little bit more about it. So you can see on both ends there's towers with solar panels. You can see on the bottom left there, it's one of them. So there's cameras set up to, again, I think this is good. I don't think this is to keep the place safe. I think it's to keep people safe, because people, again, have broken the laws and climbed in here and done YouTube videos of it. And again, it is a liability, and so it makes sense that you have to keep a place like this safe and keep people out at this point. The wood is just completely falling apart. But again, these 1920s shingles have really held up well. But the strange thing is, this is what, about 150 years old. It's not that old, and it's falling apart. Even the rocks are falling apart. And the strange thing is, some of the sites that I have visited are over 1,000 years old, and they look in better shape. Now, granted, these sites are from sites that are drier, but it still makes you think, what's going to be of your dwellings or your place of employment in 1,000 years? Gives you something to think about. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. This is, again, a little different. Normally I'm showing ancient Native American sites, and this is much more recent, but I think it's important that we preserve some of our history, and if at least it's online, I think this is good for people to be able to see and understand our past. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope if you haven't already, if you can hit subscribe to the channel, very much appreciate it. And always remember that life is a gift. So never stop learning and never stop exploring. We'll see you next time.